Hello and welcome to another episode of Tuesday Talks with Pallavi. This episode is about the power of great expectations. Today, we are looking at the power of great expectations and how your hidden assessments of people are secretly programming their performance. So, whether you are a teacher, whether you are a leader, this video is for everybody, for parents as well. It has to be understood that it is not just verbal communication that matters. We express ourselves through non-verbal cues as well. So your team already knows through your non-verbal cues also that what you think of them and how you've categorized them. We communicate our opinions unconsciously through a variety of, I would say, leaked cues. Notice who you seek out for eye contact in a meeting versus who you avoid. Notice who you smile at and whose mediocre work you just praise a little to get by, which actually reinforces low standards rather than demanding the excellence they are capable of. These kind of cues actually act as a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is not just by observation or by any theory, but this is backed by a famous experiment which was done called the Rosenthal Oak School experiment. This experiment was done in a school. Researchers told the teachers that certain students were high performers and they were actually intellectual bloomers who had been tested. In reality, these students were randomly picked and the teachers were not told about it. But because the teachers were already conditioned, so they expected these students to succeed. They gave them more attention, more warmth, more leverage, more favors, and appropriate feedback. Now, by the end of the year, what do you think happened? These students actually showed massive jumps in their performance. They lived up to their teachers' expectations. On the flip side, when we view people as unmotivated or incompetent, they sense it and they resent it. And another study says that people can tell when they are being manipulated, and that resentment builds up and it kills their performance. So, in reality, it creates the very behavior you were afraid of as a team leader in the first place, with your attributions. If a child is not performing well in your class, what should you do? You have to be mindful of your verbal cues, of your thinking. What are you reinforcing? Are you believing in that child's potential and pushing the child a little, encouraging the child a little to perform better, setting higher standards for their child, or just praising that child and just to get by and assuming that this is the level that this child is capable of? Because if that's what you believe, that's the cue that you're leaking out to that child. And the child will not be able to perform better than what he or she is actually performing. Even if you go to a restaurant, I would say, and the waiter messes up your order, what do we assume? That he's incompetent, we lose our cool. But what if you change your thinking and attribute it to a busy kitchen or being understaffed rather than that waiter's capability? If a colleague is late for work, assume they've had an incredible tough start to their morning. When you change your internal narrative, your subtle cues will also change. By seeing people at their very best, you set the stage for high performance. So this week, try to find 10 opportunities a day to practice seeing the best in others. You will be surprised at how quickly they start relating well to you. Thanks for watching. Expect greatness and you'll get it.